Welcome back to DTC Auto. Got ourselves today a 2019 F150 2.7 liter EcoBoost. Complaint is a charging system problem after replacing the alternator. So let's take this box right here off just to gain some access to the wiring. I found a little test I can do to check everything out and see exactly what's what. I don't really think this is going to be anything special or difficult. Most of the time stuff like this is just guys either putting in defective parts or making a mistake. Apparently this was put in February and it doesn't look like the car's gone anywhere since February, so we're gonna see. Well, pull up the wiring diagrams, see what's what. I mean, it's a 4-wire alternator. It's a battery cable feed. It's, oh man, this clip's not working. Battery cable feed, should be a power to the alternator, a monitor signal from the alternator, and an on-off signal from the PCM. So if we got all that, we will go from there. It did have some trouble codes in it, which, you know, right now I ran a quick test and a quick clear, but it had a code, basically every code you can set for a generator it had. So as far as this goes, scan this one more time, shut that off to not kill the battery. I just want to pull up the first scan I did to show you what's what, because I think we're dealing with a bad connection here based on the fact that it cried about everything you could possibly complain about on this alternator. But let's see. Yeah, this is real high speed. It's a very silly button for high speed scan. That doesn't seem to be high speed at all. While we wait for that to do that, let's take the air box off just to get a little bit more space. These EcoBoosts are a pain in the butt. This is no room. Maybe if we take off the whole Y, that might actually give us even more space. So let's do that. I mean, the problem I tend to find is at a lot of shops, people, they use these battery testing machines and it tells them that something's not charging. And they go, oh, well then it must need an alternator. Instead of actually testing the component, they just go straight to replacing it, which doesn't really make any sense to me. But I mean, I think we were all guilty of just changing parts at one time when we started, but I'm dealing with guys that are changing parts after doing this for years and don't seem to want to bother to read. So if they read, they wouldn't go and just immediately change parts. Let's compare. Is this that first scan I did? Yeah. So I got this generator control circuit, generator field circuit, generator range performance. When I started up, I didn't have any problems. So let's go down to our alternator and make sure everything is tight. And that is extremely loose. I think that might be the problem. And I don't see any reason why this shouldn't grab, other than it's cracked right there. Let's try a flashlight. Actually, let's get a mirror. Might be hard to show on the camera. I just want to check in there, make sure they didn't bend any pins. Yeah, you guys aren't gonna see that. But instead of just saying that that's the problem, I do want to load test a wire, make sure the PCM's sending out the correct signal, because I have seen some of these with wiring problems to the alternator. Hopefully this one's just a pigtail. So I had my wiring diagrams saved. So I know on this, not this diagram, where is it? Pull up our generator. So I know that my white-red wire, that is, excuse me, my white-red wire is coming here from fuse 23 in this battery junction box. So we're gonna load test that one with a headlight. And then the rest, we're just gonna hook the meter up and see what the meter shows. I might use the U-scope, I'm not sure. Probably just use the U-scope because I'm lazy. Kill all the birds I can with one stone instead of having to go back and forth with it. Anywho, let's get a light bulb. The mysterious light bulb. The tool that I use the most, it seems, that guys seem to understand the least. So, got that. And gonna need a pin. And gonna need some kind of jumper wire here, just to make my life a little easier. Make sure we got a good ground. We'll go back to the battery. So I don't want to question whether or not the block ground is good. Let's see if we got good power first before we go crazy with anything else. Okay. So let's go to the battery. And again, that white-red wire should be hot at all times. Yeah, that's hot at all times. Okay. And now let's go down into here. Okay. White-red is that pin right there. Let's see how bright our light bulb gets. Laying on my wire. This is all very hard to see on camera, I'm sure, but hopefully I can show you a very bright light bulb. And I got a very bright light bulb. So I know I don't have a wiring issue on that one. Let's check the rest of it with a U-scope to make sure that the signals are present to the alternator before we just tell them it needs a pigtail. And then we'll keep it moving. Get called out for such silly things. I can't complain though. Is, you know, I'm complaining that I'm being called out for a silly thing, but it's really easy to overlook obvious things. You know, you install a part, you expect it to be good, you feel confident in your abilities, which causes you to make mistakes or overlook mistakes. So we're just gonna use our battery ground that we got here already. Check everything else out. Again, this might be hard to see. Just the scale, just the time. Just have the meter up. Go average. What do we got here? Got battery voltage there. I wonder if there's a control in the scan tool I can do to turn the generator on and off. Let's see. The glare is killing me today. I can barely see it. I can't imagine you can see it. But I like working outside. Fresh air, vitamin D. It's all good for you. Plug that alternator back in. Which it doesn't even want to plug in. I mean, come on. Let's see, do we have anything to control our generator? Generator voltage. Let's see. Oh, no, got to do that test with the key on engine running. So we'll do that way. Let's just get something to poke a hole in a wire too, because that's in a kind of tight spot. I don't feel like potentially hurting my hand. So we'll seal them up when we're done. I know in my bag of tricks, I have you. That's what I want. Let's see. Let's grab this wire. Might be hard to see, but I am probing directly into this one wire here, which is the, I'll tell you right now, that is the generator monitor. So this is, I believe, the feedback from the generator itself. So make sure this is as plugged in as I can get it. Okay, we'll start this truck up and see what it does. The generator monitor line isn't doing anything. Am I not in it? Oh, I'm not in the wire. That would make sense. These are not exactly the easiest wires to get into. Very small. Yet, and this thing came unplugged. Yeah, this is definitely going to be my issue. I just don't feel like having to potentially make another trip back here. There we go. I think I got it now. Noticing something kind of weird here. This thing does not want to plug in at all. This generator monitor circuit isn't really doing anything. Just ground. What's this guy doing? Let's see if we can get in there. Yeah, I can hear it every time I wiggle the wire coming undone. I hear the idle change because it's coming from charging. Yeah. Yep, there's my idle drop. Yeah, this connector is all shot. I'm not even gonna continue here. I know it's working. I bet if I check now, I got a bunch of codes just from wiggling that, and I barely did anything to it. Barely even touched it. I think since they put the alternator in it in February, yeah, I got my field. Yeah, same codes I had before. All right, this is gonna need an alternator pigtail, and that's it. If there's any update on it, I will let you guys know. But what we can do now is like, share, and subscribe, please. I have fun making these, so if you guys could watch them and tell any of your tech friends or anybody who's into cars about them, that'd be cool. Thank you.